What is going on here? Why can I not? Oh, I need a microphone. I don't have a microphone. There it is. Hi, guys. Good to see you. Just waiting for some people to join before I get started today. Just gonna, you'll see what this today's all about. You'll see. Man, I can't believe I forgot to put the microphone in. That's kind of the way things go for me lately. That's kind of the way that things are going. You can hit me up in the chat. Good to see you guys in the chat. Let's see if you show up as we're streaming live, which is my favorite thing to do. I love streaming live, guys. So I got the public chat going. Hopefully, some people will be joining us here on YouTube and on Twitch and on Facebook. I got a theme song. I got all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm excited about this, but I'm going to wait for a little bit for you guys to join. And yeah, this thing will be edited down. All the shows are going to be edited down into a podcast later or a better even YouTube version of what happens on the live stream. So that's going to be happening. Good to see everybody in the chat. Hello, Randy. Good to see you, buddy. Anybody else? We got a ton of people here on Facebook, a ton of people on YouTube, and hello to the people on Twitch. We're starting something new here, guys. We are starting something new. Hello, Sasan. Good to see you, buddy. Sasan's in the chat saying happy Friday. I encourage you guys in the chat to hang out and get to know each other a little bit. I think it's fantastic. I love seeing the vibes there. And it's kind of hard to do a show and concentrate on the chat, but I'm going to do my best to do all of that. All right. It's time to get things going. Let's get this thing happening. All right. I got a theme song and everything. Yeah, this is Shine with Terry James. I tried it Tuesday night. I'm going to explain to you what happened here in a little bit, okay? I promise you I'm going to do that. Here we go, guys. Turn it on, spin the dial, feel the color climb. The doobie boo. Here we are, Terry's got the grin and we're right on time. Funny little world, but it's looking fine. We're loving it. Hey, Rob. Not so sure I need the song, but I like it. I like it. It gets me in the right mood. I'm going to keep it. I just made a decision. Okay, guys. This show is for you other motivated misfits. You know, it's like the people that don't like the self-help industry, and this shouldn't be hard. It's not preachy. We're just going to have some fun. There's going to be a lot of jokes, got a question of the day and all that kind of stuff. Nice to see you. Is that Cake and Ruggenberger? Should add the song to Spotify. I may do that. It's a great song. I love that song. On today's show, a Make-A-Wish. If you watched the Chaos show the other night, I have to bring this to your attention. And Make-A-Wish, like a kid who teaches us a real big valuable lesson, but unfortunately, he paid the price a little bit. Okay, listen, I know I'm not supposed to laugh at this, but it's good. I'm also going to help a real hot influencer with a jump shot. And I like to start every show with the funniest thing that has happened to me all week long. Now, the funniest thing that happened to me all week long was I got some good friends here in the Seattle area, but you know what? I don't really go out with them because my schedule is different and all that kinds of stuff. And I figured I want to meet some people that are like-minded, that they don't have to be my age. You just got to be motivated. They just got to be wanting to do some stuff. You know what I mean? And wanting to share and all that kind of stuff. I've had some really great conversations. Like I've said before, talking like this right now with everybody here just kind of makes me feel alive. This is what I love doing the most. I mean, I have a great time with my regular job and everything else, but I feel like I'm doing something here. I feel like I'm doing something really fun here. So I want to get going right away with the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, let me get to it right now. I also have this lady who pissed me off, which I'm going to get to here soon too. So I let's start with the Make-A-Wish kit. Okay. I'm going to show you something here. This is you know how Make-A-Wish things happen, right? This is a Make-A-Wish kid where he's going to run it. He's out on the football field. They always hand him off, and the team's like everybody's in on it. Everybody's in on what's happening, right? Well, not everybody was in on this one. Okay. The kid was supposed to get the handoff and he was supposed to run or do all kinds of stuff. And it really didn't go as planned. Here we go. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay, now hold on a second here. Let me turn the volume down a little bit on that because I want to play it again because the crowd where their lady goes, oh. Now, this is the lesson. The lesson is if you're a team, you all have to be on the same page. If you've got a small business, if you have a family thing that you are in, you've got a financial goal you want to reach, you've got all that kind of stuff you want to do, you got to be all in on the same page. Here we go again. But listen to the mom or whoever it is go, oh, because it is sad. But it does pay the price. There we go. Snap. At least the ref threw a flag. At least that happened. But yes, let that be a reminder to everybody. Be on the same page. Make sure things are happening all in the right way. Okay. The next little thing I want to share with you guys is this chick.
If she's dressing
hold on a second here. Is this chick? Oh my God, I got so many different things going on. See, this is where I'm going to need some help. I'll let you guys tell me what you want to see. Okay. Hey, good to see you, Drew X or whatever. Good to see Randy again and all that kind of stuff. I know what I was going to tell you before we get into this. I wanted to tell you, I want to start every show with the funniest thing that happened all week long. And I was telling you that I don't have a lot of friends. A lot of them have moved, a lot of things. And I like these like-minded people and everything like that. So I met this guy. And we seem to be roughly the same age. We seem to be kind of quiet, kind of not a recluse, but just kind of quiet, just not a lot going on. I'm that guy that if I'm at a party, you could usually find me kind of on the back wall, just watching things kind of unfold. And this guy kind of had a similar vibe. It seemed like we had that in common, but that's not a good thing to have in common, I don't think. But we decided, and it was actually him that said, hey, man, why don't you just grab a lunch? We made some small talk. Why don't you just grab a lunch, get to know each other a little bit, So we went out to lunch. And both of us were super quiet, didn't know what to say or anything like that. And we basically we didn't talk at all, which I thought was hilarious. We did not talk at all. And at the end, the guy goes, this is the funniest thing. The guy goes, that was really great. You say we do this again. Oh God, it is so weird being me. And speaking of that, part of me is that I'm kind of a taller guy. And people are already asking in the chat, what is this video of somebody under the sheets? Okay. Sherry always needs me to do something at the house. I hear Mr. Talio coming down the room and says, hey, listen, I always got to go get something off the shelf or something like that. But there is a trade-off. This is what Sherry has to do on her own. Okay. She's going to kill me for posting this, by the way. So don't tell her. She's not going to know. Okay. Do not tell her that I did this. All right. It is, this will not do well for me if it's found out. So I'm going to play this for you guys. I walked up in the room and Sherry was changing the sheets and she decided she wanted to change the comforter, I guess it is. And there's one of those covers that go on the comforter. So here's what happened. Tying what?
Tying it together.
All right. She had to crawl in that thing. I didn't know. It scared the hell out of me. I walked in the bedroom and I see this thing moving around. I jumped. I had no idea. I didn't know she did that. At least, that's what happens when you're a smaller person. You have to deal with that. Okay, let's go ahead and do the thing that I was going to tell you about. Okay, the girl, this influencer that I believe I'm going to try to help out today. Okay, before I start getting angry on today's show. Hold on, we already saw that, didn't we? We already saw that, guys. Here we go. This girl here is actually pretty good.
Don't know what you heard about me.
Now, I don't know if you see this girl or not, but she has a pretty good jump shot. But the caption is,
Don't know what you heard.
the caption is, you can't block this. Okay. She's hot. She does a little jab step here, a little jab step, but she's hot. And then she goes over to her right to shoot a 3-pointer. But remember the caption, you can't block this.
Heard about me.
I got news for you, lady. I am 100 years old. And where you're shooting that shot from, even me at this age could throw that thing into the upper deck. Just saying. I hope it helps you out. Send that out to her, please, if you guys don't mind. All right. Let's go to the chat real quick. Hey, guys. Hello, Keith. Hello, Rich. Good to see you. Hello, Randy. Good to see you. So, it is a call-in show. I'm going to go ahead and put the question up right now. If you guys want to call, we'll see if the equipment works. I have no idea if it's going to work or not, guys. I have no clue if it's going to work. That's the problem with on Tuesday night. I wanted to do the debut. I had been working on this show for the longest time. I've had people help me kind of consult me a little bit. Some people that know a little bit about YouTube, some people that do little things. They already told me it was going to be very tough to do all this stuff, as you could see on my own. But I have all these ideas that I want to get out there. I want to make it super visual for you guys, and I'm going to get it down. I know right now it's choppy. I know right now it's kind of rough. But guess what? I'm going to keep doing this until I figure this shit out. All right. So let's see here. Let's go to this right now. I'd like to talk about this today. What is your biggest struggle? Okay, that phone number right there is 310-600-7764. What is your biggest struggle? What are you dealing with the most right now? And I'll let you know what I'm dealing with the most. But before we do that, I just wanted to give you the number right there. What is your biggest struggle? We're going to go ahead and remove that. And then I'll just go ahead and put up the, see, this is another thing. I didn't realize this screen was going to be so big. I have no idea what it looks like to you guys. Oh God. Let's see here. Yeah, you're right. Jason, block that all day long. That girl, that you can't block this. Are you kidding me? I mean, she's got a nice shot and a nice pooper. I'll tell you that. There's that happening. Let me put this down here. What is your biggest struggle? Give me a call at 310-600-7764 and let me know what it is. I'm hoping that works. I hope that happens. We'll see if it works. If not, no big deal. But I'm kind of struggling with something right now that has to do with an influencer. And I'm curious to get your guys' take on this. I don't know how I got in this algorithm. And it's about these like guys that want to be like alpha males and stuff. And I consider most of my friends alpha males, I get it, but being an alpha male doesn't mean that you treat somebody poorly, my way or the highway, that the woman doesn't have any say in anything, and stuff like that. And that's what this new whole fad is going on. And I think it's pretty dangerous. And there's this girl online. She's very attractive. I think she is anyway. I'm going to play a video here in a second. She's attractive. She lost her whole Instagram page is all about how she lost 140 pounds. And now she's telling men how to be men. And she also talks about women and what women really mean. And I don't know what it's like to be a woman, but I do have some ideas and everything else. But I don't, what do you guys think of this? Seriously, I want to know what you think of this, because in my opinion, all the stuff that she is appealing to are very insecure men. And she's found an audience of almost like 500,000 people appealing to insecure men, validating the fact that they don't have the guts or balls to be able to date a hot chick. And here comes some of my proof right now to you. And this girl really gets on my nerves, by the way. She really does. And I got to get over this. I mean, this is one of the things that's really, she's really messing with me. All right, here we go. Here we go right here, guys. Let me put it on live. Live. Is that live, guys? Here we go. Live. Here we go. Why is this not showing me?
Dressing up for somebody else.
There it is.
Women do not prime their faces, glue on their lashes, and squeeze into outfits that scream, look at me, for nobody to see. They do it for the eyes that want locked onto them. They'll say, it's just a girl's night out. I'm just blowing off steam. I just want to look pretty for myself and for my girls. Get the out of here with that narrative. A committed woman does not broadcast available energy to strangers, ever. When the effort flips away from you, the loyalty already walked out the door hours ago. That is the difference between attention versus commitment.
Oh, God. Okay, now, seriously. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat about that? I have to know what you think about that. Once again, this is a girl who lost 140 pounds, got attractive, and now is telling everybody how to live. She also, in some of her other videos, she's talking about how she and her husband have these rules where they can't have female or male friends. They can't have friends of the opposite sex and stuff like that. And this is the best comment so far right here. Melvin, you nailed it. Okay. This chick here, where is it? All right, hold on a second here. Boom. I want to pull up what he said here. This is what she does. She dresses in tight shirts in every one of her videos. She sits in her car where their boobs hanging, just pushing forward, telling guys not to look at people. Is that one of the most insecure things you've ever seen in your life? And I guess what's bothering me is that I've been married 32 years. And I still don't consider myself any sort of expert on any of this stuff. And it's really strange to me about all of this. Just to be that cocky and to have that many people buy into it. Thank you very much. I hate her. That's, you know what? I hate to admit it, but I do too. She gets under my nerves. I have no idea why that's happening. I got no clue about all that, but it's really, really bothering me for some reason. And I thank you for validating that. Even her voice drives me crazy. I don't know what's going on in today's world where, first of all, I don't mind people trying to get hustling, but she's doing all this private counseling and telling guys how to be guys. So she's putting that into guys' heads. If your girl dresses up when you're not with her, that means she wants somebody else, which has got to be unbelievably misleading. And not only that, just irresponsible. Irresponsible. In today's world, though, what do? We pop off, we say crazy things, and that's what gets an audience. I wouldn't mind having 500,000 followers, but I don't want to do it by pissing people off. I can't do it. There is no place in the world for this type of stuff for me. Let's see here. Rich here saying, I feel sorry for those guys. They are totally screwed. I need to know from you, should I make some content about her? Because I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to make some things about her and, maybe get back to her. And of course, listen, she's very good. She's very good on camera. She's got a very good following. When you have a big following like that, they immediately, they back you. I know this for a fact. You guys on the Lex and Terry show, when somebody attacks us or one of us on the show, you guys stick up for us. And it's kind of cool. But this chick does not deserve to be stuck up for. It is the most irresponsible thing that I've ever seen, and 500,000 people are eating that crap up. I do not get it at all. I don't understand it. So, and do you guys have any questions, or does anybody want to call and answer the question today? The real reason why I'm doing this show, and I understand it's going to take some time to get going. The real reason that I'm doing this show is that I want to. I've been like this woman. I've been kind of helping some people through some times just by talking to them and giving them some ideas. And by any means, I do not make outlandish statements like that and tell people what to do. But you know, I that's one of the reasons why I do this, and that's one of the reasons why I want you guys to call in. So I figured I would have a little topic. We'll start a conversation that I really want to get to know you. I really want to see what makes you tick. All right, let's go to this here. Let's go to where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Okay, let's go to Melvin here. Yeah, she does seem like the kind of chick that would sue, but what are you going to sue me for? Really? What are you going to sue me? I guess you could sue, but it's just irresponsible to me. You know, it's crazy. Let's see here. Let's go to this. Evan, thank you. Appreciate you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Let me put the phone number up if you guys want to get, do a little talk here. Okay. Let me add it in here. You know, I got to do everything just on my own. This is a tough thing. Okay. All right. So let me do this, save and show. Okay. So if you'd like to talk today, if you have a question for me, I'll go ahead and do that as well. I'll answer anything. I don't care. You know, anything goes on this thing. But the question I would like to talk about, what is your biggest struggle? Right now, I am completely struggling with, I know I have to stay out of social media, with the exception of the things I post and what you guys talk to me back and forth. I need to stop doom scrolling. I need to stop looking at stuff like this that raises my blood pressure, that kind of pisses me off a little bit. I really would like to, I need to stay off of that. So that's one of my biggest struggles right now is that. And I'm trying to get this timer on here so for you guys to do this thing. So this thing could just stay up here all day long. Boopity boop, off. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. See, I love this stuff. Listen, I don't mind screwing up. I don't mind having things go wrong. Sure, I would like it to go as planned, but I think about things and I don't think anything has ever gone as planned for me. I don't think anything like that. Nothing has gone the way that I visualized it. You know, it's nuts. So doesn't seem like anybody's got any conference, talk or anything like that, wants to talk. And I get that. You know, it's a weird thing. A lot of you people are watching this in your car. A lot of people are having dinner. A lot of people are doing all kinds of stuff. So I get it. But this is what the show is going to be. And I would appreciate you guys liking and subscribing and, get notified when we go on live, because the live portion of the show is going to be the most fun for me and the most fun for you. What will happen later on, I mean, like this one's probably not going to be posted as on YouTube as far as, an edited show. I'm not going to post the audio for a podcast, but I will be doing all of that in the near future. But I'd love to hear you guys and what you think. I mean, I went to lunch today with my agent, and he's, he represents a lot of really big names in TV and movies and all kinds of stuff like that. And we had a really good lunch. And I was telling him some of these ideas that I had. And normally, I'll be honest with you guys. Normally, when I pitch ideas to him, he's one of these guys that has a lot of things going on in his mind. He's always looking at his watch because he's got another appointment or something like that. He's a very busy guy. And I had a really nice lunch with him today, and I felt heard. I felt heard, which is cool. Let's try this again. Hello, are you there? Hello.
Hello,
Hi, who's this?
this is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Are you doing okay? You hesitated. What was the problem there?
Well, what I've been struggling with, unfortunately, I've called you in the past, but unfortunately, I am an alcoholic and unfortunately slipped and had a big relapse recently and has been coming off of the withdrawals and everything for the last like 24 hours. So it's been rough to say the least, and just very unfortunate to be back in this position again and not really understanding, it's an addiction and it's so hard to get over it.
Yeah,
And so,
I have a lot of friends who have addictions. I believe I have my own to certain things, could be sugar or food, whatever, and yours unfortunately cost you a lot of different, friends and money and health issues, I'm sure, and
mhm.
people losing trust in you. Let's go over that. Listen, I'm not going to cure your addiction. I'll just tell you that right now. But
Oh, correct.
but I can definitely support you and try to help you think about things a little differently. And I'm sure you've probably heard all this before as well. What are some of the negative things that come from drinking?
Um, Missing work, not being able to drive anywhere, spending money on the alcohol, letting your family members and friends down constantly. You know,
Yeah,
you,
that is
you wonder.
yeah, that those things right there are all things that, and I know you've heard this before, are all things that I have right now that I'm doing on a very different type of level. I wanted to get in shape, and I always feel like, back to that, and I had some knee issues and all kinds of excuses. But the reason why I'm doing it is because my wife stays in shape, and
Mhm.
I always, when I just want to lay down and eat some Doritos and not go work out or something like that, I always remind
Mm.
myself all the time of who I'm letting down. And for me, that's enough. And I know you know this. I know you know this. Have you gone to AA?
Yes, but I stopped going to the meetings, which led to the relapse. And the biggest issue I have, I live down the south, and AA is you have to find your higher power. And most people down in the south, in the Bible Belt, their higher power is God. And I don't really have a relationship with God and struggle with it. How can there be a God that can potentially, that did this to me in a sense? And so I've kind of not jumped in 100% because I struggle with that, but that's why I keep relapsing. And so I need to open up and be open to the different options and jump in, feet first.
When it's your turn to talk, and I don't know how these AA things work, but I have two friends who have been in AA for one for 20 something years now, and the other for like 11, and they haven't relapsed. Which is, and they
It's
are,
amazing.
it's amazing. So I know that it works. Okay. I know that it
Hmm.
works. And, it's proven, but it's for some people, and for some people it's not for, some people will go check themselves into some place, but they still need those people to rely on. And you're not alone. You have to
Hmm.
realize you're not alone. And I hope you have a friend or something like that where you could pick up the phone and go, I'm feeling like, not doing this, I'm feeling like this. But most of the time, those other urges win out over you, right? Do you,
Yeah,
when you,
that's the biggest issue is that I never pick up the phone.
what I wish you would, but when you go to AA, have you ever thought about telling them what you just told me? Have you ever thought about saying, listen, I know that you guys are finding strength in God. I'm just not there yet. And I don't want to be, preached this way, because all it does is make me want to drink, because what you said, how could God do this to you? Those are real, true thoughts and real, true emotions, you know,
Hmm.
and have you ever thought about bringing that up to them, and maybe they will able to talk to you in a different manner there?
Somewhat, not necessarily in open meetings, but I did have a sponsor and she was very religious, and I tried talking to her through these issues that I have, but we just never really related. She still really pushed it on me. She wanted me to get on my knees and pray, and I just couldn't do it. And so I think that's one of my biggest things, is trying to find a sponsor who maybe has the same beliefs as me or is more open. Then that'll give me someone to talk to.
Okay, you know what? Let me, if you would, could you email me at my website, just on contact@terryjames.com? And if you want,
Mhm.
and you just give me your name and phone number, and I might have some friends who are dealing with this who might have time to take those calls from you, and put it in a different way. But don't,
Okay.
but if I don't, if they don't, they don't, so don't wait for
Right.
them is what I'm saying. Don't wait for them.
Yeah.
Right now, you haven't drank today, right?
Correct.
All right, let's keep it that way. I
One day at a time.
listen, I know you've called before, and I believe you called about the same thing.
Yes.
So you're having a real tough time with it. And I love the fact that you have a problem. So many people don't know, you know, so many people don't
Right.
care. I mean, you care enough to call this, you care enough to try to figure it out. But after a while, you think that you did something by doing this. And the truth is, you didn't. You acknowledged it. That's step number one. You're just on the step number one of so many other steps you need to take, but you already have all the reasons you want to take them, right?
Right.
All right. Well,
And
yeah, go ahead.
yes, thank you so much. I was just saying, of course you sat there and waited and didn't want to call, because, being embarrassed and everything of this, but I hope that other people who are struggling hear this, and just let everyone else know that they're not alone. And yeah, I really appreciate
Ye-
everything
yeah,
that you do.
I really want you to call me, every time I'm on if you want, and let me know that you're still going. You know, let's make
Sounds great.
let's make those calls happen instead of I relapsed, I don't know what to do. And I feel for you. I really do feel for you. And I think a lot of people out there feel for you because they know addiction is a real thing. And
Yes.
and we all have our own reasons for it. When I want to go hit the sugar train, it's usually when I'm depressed, it's usually when I'm angry, it's usually when whatever, and I know it's
Hmm.
bad for me. I'm at the age where I probably shouldn't be doing a lot of that anymore, and I'd let you, you sound like somebody who wants to help others. And just think about this. Just think about how your whole life can change if you get to a certain level, maybe a year from now, where you feel like you really could help others in the same situation you're in. I think that might change your whole life. I'd be willing to bet that might change your whole life. It might change your whole career trajectory and everything else. You know,
Right.
you just got to believe. You just got to not even believe. You just got to know. You have to know if you do those steps every single second of the day, that your life will change and it's going to change for the better. Sure, it's going to be a pain in the ass, but but you got a lot of people
But
who care.
if I don't do this, if I don't do this, this is going to kill me. So
Yeah, and people are probably tired of hearing the same stories too. I know that my wife was tired of hearing, "Yeah, I'm going to get back to the gym on Monday," stuff like that.
right.
I just finally had to shut up and do it. And I didn't want to. I started to do things that were real positive for me, like going to the gym and eating better and taking care of business and getting all that stuff. I started doing that on my own, and I never pointed it out to her. And to be honest with you, she still hasn't really noticed. I mean, she knows I'm going to the gym or whatever, but I don't think she's noticed that I'm eating differently. I don't think she's noticed, but she's going to, you know, and I just want to keep my mouth shut and be real calm and quiet about the whole thing, and then earn that trust and earn that inspiration back, because what you don't even know this, you are just an inspirational person waiting for the green light to be, you know, and you're going to be able to help a lot of people out. And it's a very tough thing you're going through. I know it is probably the hardest thing ever, but
Yes. Well,
uh,
thank you.
I believe in you. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. She has called before and I really like her. I really like her. She's somebody who's struggling and, I think we all care. I think we all care about her as I look at everybody in the, the people here. Let's see here. I love the no over. Yeah. Listen, this is something that has happened to me so many times. What was your name? Evan. Anytime things have happened in my life, and I'm going to give you the truth. This is a prime example of this. I've always believed I can do things. I've always believed that I was not the shy person everybody thought I was. I always believed that I was the responsible person that people didn't think I was. I always believed it. But nothing ever happened when I believed it. Nothing ever happened, believed it, when I believed it. When some sort of switch went off, and if I could teach people how to do this switch, we would save so many lives, including my own. I mean, it just happens to me still. Like right now, I wake up sometimes and I just know. I know that it is happening. I know my buddy and I have a buddy named Rick. And we've talked to each other many times. And we always say, to ourselves, we have our own little a quote that we give to ourselves all the time. And it's like, good things are happening right now. Not like, oh, good things are starting to happen. Good things are happening to you right now, right this second. Okay. And you just know that it's happening. You put that out there. Good things are happening right now. Right now, like I said, I just had lunch with my agent. Right now, possibly he could be calling somebody and says, hey, this guy's got a cool thing on YouTube he wants to go. Why don't you get some backing behind it? Why don't we get him a producer? I don't know if that's happening, but something is happening for you right this second. Right now, somebody's going, God, I wish I could find a girl that is funny or whatever. And you're just sitting, you're walking around, you think you're lonely, but you're funny. And all of a sudden, boom, the universe will connect you. You got to trust and know, not even trust. You got to just know that it's happening. Knowing is so much better than believing and hoping and wishing. Knowing. And if you get to that, and it happens when you just tell yourself over and over that you're doing the right thing. The things just haven't manifested yet. You're doing the right thing. Your energy, you walk around every day like you are that person you want to be. Even if other people can't see it yet, you're walk around all that day. That vibe's going to continue on. People are going to understand that vibe you're throwing out there. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to this. Let's go to that. If you focus on the bad, that's all it's gonna. Yeah, like attracts like. There's no doubt about it. I hate the fact that it's like The Secret, because there's a lot more to it than just thinking things are going to go good for you, because things are not going to go good for you. You're going to get bad news. That's what life is. So, but you're going to have a wonderful time. And the point is when you create something cool, when you meet somebody, you got to chalk yourself up as just saying, I made that happen. I was with my mom. This is when I was young. We had zero money. I would see family members come to our house and bring groceries all the time. And I'd overhear some very big arguments that my parents had as a child. And it was always about money. And I remember my mom, and I don't know where she read this or got this, but she told me one day, she goes, listen, right now you don't have money, but that's not what it's all about. If you drive on the road, you have to think my tax dollars, my taxes that I spent on things are paying for this road. This is my road. I own this. This is my world here. And I don't know what that did for me, but it did something. I don't know the exact thing that it did for me, but it absolutely did something. So, all right. Anybody else? Nothing? Anybody else here? Got it? Everybody cool? I appreciate her calling. It's nice to know that phone worked. Okay. I will be doing this every Tuesday night. tonight I just wanted to get on and battle some demons that happened last Tuesday. So Tuesday night, I'm going to be doing this. I will have some video clips. I'll have some fun. There'll be some jokes. There'll be some things to talk about. Maybe I'll have a guest from time to time. But I do want it to be a call-in show. And I understand when there's only 20 people watching at any time, it's hard to get people to call in. Is everybody's screen? I'm getting from some people saying that my screen is freezing up or something like that. Is that something else I need to do? Is that something else I need worked on? Lagging on my side. Wonder what's up with that. Shouldn't be that way. All right, guys, thank you so much. Everybody's saying sounds great tonight. Thank you. Maybe it's a little combo. I don't know, but I appreciate you guys so much for being here and with being part of this through the rough times, These are the times, and like I was talking about, knowing and believing. I know this is what I'm here for, okay? I know that I love making people laugh and having a good time on Lex and Terry, but I also know that I love connecting with people. And I know that I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be this show. I don't know if it's going to be whatever. But I just know something amazing is going to come from me throwing this out there and taking a chance. I know it's going to be. So it's cool, and you're here watching the sausage get made. And I'll be honest, a couple nights ago on last Tuesday night when I had everything planned, I brought a guest on and everything went wrong, echoing and this and that, and everything just went wrong. And I laid in bed that night and I said, that's it. I've tried so many of these. I've tried all kinds of shit. It just didn't work. But I'm here. I'm going to keep going. Guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. And we'll talk to you guys on Monday on Lex and Terry. But Tuesday night, I'll be back.